Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Enderal. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today inside a dungeon that I believe is for a quest. But I might be wrong on that. There's lovely things down here, and also look at that. Have we seen that before? We have seen that before. So yeah, for a quest. And the reason why I say it's for a quest, I don't remember why I say it's for a quest. But if you watched last episode, then you might remember why I say that. Scrap metal of an ancient nation. Oh, I remember why. There are keepers of the order in here, and they don't keep the order. They are keepers of the order, as you can tell over here. And miners, dead ones. Hi, and also mercenaries, which is really weird. Because just sort of, they're not an indicator of who hired them. Just they're hired thugs. Not very good thugs either. There's a lot of thorium though. I'll take the thorium. I mined a little bit of it last episode. I'll mine a little bit more right now. And scene. Nope. Still. My god. Yeah. I always preferred the mining in Gothic 3, to be honest. And which is the same as Gothic 1 and Gothic 2. It's just 3 hits. Or 4 hits? Is it 4 hits? And you're done? I think it is 4 hits. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Nothing. I mean, these are just miners. They could have things. Just because they're hard workers, or I don't know if they're hard workers. What I mean is they're menial work. Is it menial work? It's not menial work. What is the word? Like menial work would be work that is thought of as being. Is it just thought of as being, you know, menial? Does menial mean minor? I don't know. I don't know that. Oh, look at that, a plastic skeleton. Keep telling you. These guys are big fans of it. Okay, good. And if you don't know, or if you haven't caught on as to why I talk about these things being plastic skeletons, and look at that, we have an ancient thing. This is is this supposed to be an excavation? Because I have a lot more to say about this than I do about the plastic skeletons, let me tell you. But I'm not gonna bore you with that. Oh, sorry, shovel. Well, it's quite interesting, but I'm not gonna talk about it because that doesn't actually let me talk too much about how you dig in an archaeological excavation. You would, of course, you know, that wouldn't be a critique of the game, and that's why it's a little bit more boring. Because of course, it makes total sense for them to dig things like that. Just sort of dig down and see what bones you find and what coins you find. Because this is a medieval-inspired setting, and makes no sense that they would have modern archaeological methods and all that sort of stuff. Plastic skeletons, though, that makes no sense anywhere. So I have a rent. One that I think I did twice in the same stream of Fallout New Vegas. Hi! You jerk. No, that was all bad. Everything about this is bad. Oh, everything about... When is that coming? Okay, I'm reloading. I don't even know what the heck that was. I can't cast the spell. I think that's what that was. I can't cast the spell while paralyzed. But anyway, in Fallout New Vegas, specifically, I'm pretty sure the main game doesn't have a lot of plastic skeletons. But specifically in Old World Blues? No, that's not what it is. It's one where you go into a Naramese scientist. Well, she's definitely aggressive. Because I shot the fence, and she was really mad at me. So I'm not really too upset about any of this. If she was part of, like, if she talked or anything. Let's get this, a ruined book. That's so weird that they carry this. Ooh, summon sword. Rank 3. Go for it. And I don't need a staff of ice spikes. A statue of Libella over here. Let's leave it there, because it's too heavy anyway. We were... Wait a minute. Account of an Unknown Traveler. That's a main book. That doesn't have anything to do with the quest. And if he does, I'll come back and read it when we do the quest indeed, or if indeed there is a quest. But anyway, yeah, so it's in one of the DLCs of Fallout New Vegas. They have just so many plastic skeletons everywhere. And I think, oh yeah, I know why in particular it got me rambling. I am a... What is the opposite of a fan? It's like the opposite of a fan. I'm the opposite of a fan, the biggest opposite of a fan, quote, environmental storytelling, unquote, in the vein of what Bethesda started doing with Fallout 3. I don't know who had the brilliant idea of starting using plastic skeletons to tell stories, quote, stories, unquote. I don't know what this sound is, and I don't like it. I really don't know. We'll figure it out. This is a cool area. I like it. I'm a fan of this. Because that's not how skeletons work, and that's not how, and more importantly, and that's why it got me upset, that's not how environmental storytelling works. So I had a big rant in one of my streams of Fallout New Vegas, because I finished Fallout New Vegas for the first time. Life Absorption Rank 3. I don't have these, I just skipped. Sure. For the first time on camera, on stream, and I have the playlists. If you're interested in that, you need to go to my main channel page, and at the bottom of the page you should have all the streams. If not, you need to look for them. All my streams, they have playlists. But anyway, this is pretty awesome up here. Environmental storytelling. Of course, that's not environmental storytelling. That's just a plain misunderstanding of everything. So it's not so much of a rant that I would be able to go on because of that. Because you just say that's not how skeletons work. But the environmental storytelling part, maybe we'll... Dang it. Maybe we're gonna be able to see things from here. I'm falling. I'm not. Is it up here? It might be up here. This is a... I love it. I love it. This is awesome. This is such a gorgeous area. Especially for a first-person game. Because if it were a third-person, the level design would have to be a little bit different for it to have the same impact. I love it. Because I'm a really big fan of this, like, long corridors where you can see what's going on at the back. You killed my friend! Oh, you went and checked? He can't see me. I'm in the dark too much. I hate you. I hate you. Good. Lantern. Coin stack. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, environmental storytelling has more to do with clues. You know, that's pretty straightforward, actually. Just clues about minor or major details about, you know, the story of whoever lives in a place. Like, for example, these guys, they have no environmental storytelling, but we could have a clue if, I don't know how you'd come up with an interesting story for mercenaries. But we could do that, and I try to engage with the game on that front. And with any game as well, if the environmental storytelling is there. This game, Enderal, doesn't really focus too much on that, and I'm okay. It also doesn't have what Fallout 3 had, which I'm definitely not okay. And Fallout 4 has even more from what I've seen. I've only played like 3 hours, and in those 3 hours, I saw 2 skeletons. Skeletons. I'm talking skeletons. Fighting. They were stuck. They were stuck. So they were, like, standing up, fighting. One of them was choking the other skeleton. So this is how ridiculous it is. I don't remember, like, I might be wrong on specific details. Maybe Maybe they weren't both. Maybe one of them was sitting down. I think the skeleton. I'm pretty sure the skeleton who was being choked, or of the person who was being choked, had money in their hands, and they were sort of keeping the money away from the other. So you can see the problem in this. I'm sure you can. Or the multiple problems. Never mind the fact that that's not how skeletons work, as I said. That's not the problem. The biggest problem is just how... My biggest problem is just that is not a interesting story. That's not funny. That's not... And that's blatant. It's not a clue. What is this? It's got an arrow in it. Thank you. That's what it is. It's not a clue. It's just blatant. And you can make interesting stories with clues. Also, how does that? Now, see? That is more interesting. Oh, that is very interesting as well. That is a lot. That is very interesting. See? That's how you do it. Even though, you know, skeletons don't work like that. It's a plastic skeleton. But that doesn't bother me. That is cool. That is cool. It's not blatant. You don't have a skeleton standing here dead, and then you clicking a button and seeing what happened. You need to figure it out for yourself. That is really cool. Did you? I'm gonna show it again so you can tell. Oh, yeah. What? Wait, doesn't... I ruined it? Oh, well, you can see it again, including my reaction on, if you go back in the video. Sorry. I didn't capture it amazingly. That's a lot of money right there. Nice stuff. And that could be another environmental storytelling bit, but it's not, because they just have loot tables. But that works. It's fine. It's okay. So what happened is it's meant to be the executioner dies as well, and that is interesting. That's funny. There's no, like, you could connect that to other things if you want to, like, keep that story going. That's how environmental storytelling is done. Like, imagine, let's think, let's try to think of a reason why the executioner would also be condemned to death. Maybe this is sort of a Hunger Games thing, and you have even if it's a letter, you just have a letter that sort of hints at that situation, Hunger Games, and at first glance it's just, oh, it's Hunger Games, whatever, or maybe it's not really very obvious or anything, but then you find that particular thing and you're like, haha, so this is all a complex thing, it's all connected, and that feeling is, I really like that feeling of connecting all the dots. But when you have two skeletons throttling each other, that's not the word, is it? I don't know. Anyway, when you have that, it's for over money. Like, it's so, and of course the overwhelming sense of that's not how skeletons work, and how the heck, well, that's Fallout 4 in a nutshell. How the heck has the money survived where the flesh has not? What? Like, what? How did they die in that position? Were they blasted by the nuclear fire? Then how is there a toy over there, or a lunchbox, or Instamash up there? Like, I could ramble about Fallout 4. I think that is where I stopped playing Fallout 4. I think that is what, like, yeah. I was playing at my cousin's house, and he was going like, oh, weapon customization, all that. And I'm like, Stalker, Clear Sky, please. And the other game that has the same system, the Call of Pripyat, that's what proper weapon customization in that game. Fallout 4 doesn't have it. But yeah, so I was playing it there. I don't know where I came from. The chicken here. Hello. I came from here. Good. So I went over there already. I don't need to sneak. Yeah, good. Yeah, so basically, yeah, that's what I mean when I say plastic skeletons. It is not the rant about... Ooh, nice. It is not the rant about the environmental storytelling, because that is when I'm serious. It is the joke, the sort of jab. It is a jab. It is a poke. I'm poking fun. That's a rat over there. Oh, this looks cool. Let's go. Also, wasn't there more things for me to see back there? I think so. I'm gonna die. Oh, it's a puzzle. Okay, good. Let's close. Yeah, it's a puzzle. I'll figure it out in a little bit. It is the jab, basically. But it's not serious. It's not me being mad at the game. Huh. Object description of a researcher. We required the last weeks to remove the rubble from the corridor. The iron equipment was a completely unexpected discovery, which is indicating that old Yogosh used to be a water supply facility for the dry areas in East Enderal. If we could reactivate it, it could transform part of the desert into fertile land. Old iron. Sure. That's not how iron works. Anyway, there is a switch in the main hall which seems to loosen a mechanism. The equipment still doesn't show any function. Gando suggests that an important part of the line is missing. It could be found in the still unexplored puzzle room in the depths of the old Yogosh. We will tackle this research next. That's cool. Oh, that is a quest! Nice! Really cool. Find the missing part of old Yogosh. That is cool. I like it a lot. Quests out of nowhere. I love it. And I love it looks awesome. The floating bones don't. Also, this rat is mad. Or is he purring? It's purring. Rats purr. They also laugh. Why did he run? Or did he run? Oh, so that's the noise. It's the rats. It's the rats that are making the noise. That's maybe why I didn't see them. Oh yeah, and that's exactly also where I need to go to continue exploring something. Did I see a skull inside of a hip bone? Maybe. Yeah, that's maybe also where I need to go. Stop boning me. To go see the things that I haven't seen. That's what I mean. These rats. Okay, puzzle room then. Let's see. So, pretty straightforward. Click the button. That button. Are there only 3? No, there are 4. Trying to tell. Oh yeah, there's definitely another one back there. Okay. So this opens the number 1 and 4. Or moves number 1 and 4. This moves number 1 and 4 and 3? That's interesting. Huh. Let's see if it changes. Oh, this is okay. So it's yeah, number 1 and 4. So it's the simple version of this puzzle. Because the harder version of it, and you can complicate it as much as you want as well, is that the situation of it, like there's on and offs, right? And you have off, on, off if you toggle this thing. But maybe if you had like, because right now everything is off, or on, whatever. So having the different configurations of doors would change what each lever does, and that's the harder version of the puzzle, and the one that actually requires trial and error. Let's see. So that goes for 2 and 3. And that goes for number 3. Okay. So it's pretty simple. This one is not going to be used. It's just too complicated. And you need this. And this. So it was simple than I thought, actually. It's a lot simpler than I thought. Okay, that's an okay thing. Bowl of an ancient nation. Well, if this, sure, if this was an untouched room, it would have a very, very different thing. It wouldn't have cogs on top of a table. That's the treasure we think of when we think of these ancient nations. It's it's the cogs. It's like the treasure of people from 200 years from now. No, not 200 years, but for 2,000 years, they're gonna think of, oh, we found a microtransistor. or there's rats all over, or we found a Snickers package. I don't know what is gonna take the longest, but that's like, yeah. I think I might have talked about it in this Let's Play, but I'm reminded of it now. So I'll talk about it. There is one canal, I believe in Belgium, might be somewhere else, that was drained, and all the junk that was there was cleared. Oh, look at that! 47. Fantastic. All the junk that was there was cleared, and oh, there's an orange tree in here somewhere. And they, and of course it was done with archaeologists, and they knew what they were doing, and they collected everything based on the strata, and they knew the dates and all that sort of stuff of each strata inside. Like, what I mean strata is the layers of sediment inside the canal of the dirt that's below and all that sort of stuff. I think we've explored everything, so we can go back to that room. Although this might be a dead end? No. And there's a website with that, and I don't remember the website, but if you follow... I learned about this in Dong. D-O-N-G. Things you can do online now, guys. That's what it stands for. And if you look it up on YouTube, just search for Dong, and you will find the YouTube channel. So it's in there somewhere. I'm sorry, I don't remember which video, and I don't remember which website. But it was really interesting, and it made me think. It made me take an appreciation of how our society... Well, first off, it made me have an appreciation of how our society is, but more importantly, way more importantly, have an appreciation of how we perceived the ancient society, at least in regards to archaeological, ancient societies, at least in regard to archaeological register and artifacts. Because if you look at the stuff that we see like 200 years ago, you look at that, oh, well, that's, you know, archaeological artifacts from 200 years ago. It's like a little sewing stones and cracked pottery and all that sort of stuff. You know, what do you think of, like, if you go and look at the spoils of an archaeological excavation of the Roman Empire, you're gonna see a lot of sigillata, and you're gonna see that's pottery. You're gonna see like broken amphorae, or there's gonna, like, I'm talking about non-organic register, and like you know, sewing weights and beads of stone, like worked stone, and if you're lucky, you're gonna be able to find bones and all that. And that is, you know, you think of that, and, oh, that's you know, that's what we have of them and all that, and you don't think, or at least I didn't think, and I have a degree in archaeology, so I think most people think like that. I look at that and you think, you know, that's what it is. But when you look at what happens to what remains of us, and they're the same thing. I can't figure out how to get out of here though. Where I apply, maybe I need to toggle this again. Oh, so we just had to have that in our inventory. Oh, that's cool. This is cool. I like it. Second time it happens in the game. I like it. So if you look at to get to the punchline, if you look at what happens to our register, it's all junk. It's like bottle caps. It's plastic crap. It's like broken pieces of an old cell phone. It's like batteries and like nothing of our society that we think of as important stays. You don't find like an old Corvette or like the blueprints for an interesting invention. It's not there. It's just not there, because that's, you know, that's also not how you find that stuff for the Roman society, if we're comparing the two archaeological things. But it's just so interesting having that perception, and then you sort of have a more critical, not critical as in you're stupid, but critical as in you're more aware of what it actually represents, all the register that we find of ancient civilizations. And of course, there's no place better where that is better exemplified. Is this gonna go up there? Because it shouldn't. Oh crap! Oh man, it is. Oh, but then again, Yeah, it should, because I can't jump out of the water. It's not... This game doesn't have that. So that's pretty cool. This whole thing was pretty cool. I like that the bonus came up with me. Giggity. Yeah, so that's... that is really interesting, because and there's no better spot, and I don't like that I'm being attacked already. And also because... Remember when I was talking about it being very hard to have vertical levels? Yeah, I don't know who's attacking me, and they're not here. So this flooded the whole level. That's really cool. Yeah, so the Stone Age. We say it's the Stone Age. They didn't have everything made of stone. Yeah, I know the Flintstones. That is a parody almost. And I don't know if it was meant to be a parody. I hope it was. But I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. Like, it's called the Stone Age because... Not because everything was made of stone. Most likely everything was made out of wood and fibers and leather and all that, because that's how people work. But it's only the stone that remains. And the freaking idiots of archaeologists that found the stuff first just figured, oh, they started with the stone. That's what came first. Idiots. Freaking idiots. Seriously, I don't, like... They didn't play video games, the first archaeologists, so of course they were idiots. Anyway, that's gonna be that for right now. I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Enderal. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope I'll see you next episode. Don't forget to leave a like if you want to see that happen next sooner rather than later. Bye-bye.